Hello everyone, my name is Auro and welcome to the 35th devlog of my base building game, Chambers of Devious Design. Alright, let's get started. I believe in the end of last devlog I was talking about starting a beta test for the game, and I'm happy to say that that is now done. I kept it quite small, but it was a really useful beta test. I got lots of great feedback and even some bug reports that I have now fixed. So yeah, overall a really smart thing to do to have a beta test. I made a bunch of small changes based on the feedback. They are so small that it's not really very interesting for me to go through all of them, but maybe I can show a few of them. So one of the biggest things that a few of people mentioned was that it would be nice to have a better indication when it's your turn to act in the game. So I made a few changes to cater to that feedback. One of these is that if you look at the perks and abilities here at the bottom, so it's now my turn to act now. If I place a room here, so yeah, they get grayed out. So that's one indication that you know it's not your turn if these are like gray or black here. But then I also made one more noticeable change, and yeah, I added this one option here, turn reminder. So if I turn that on, there's a more clear visual indication that it's your turn now. So let's just let the AIs do their thing here, and yeah, so I added this shader highlight here that will get activated at the start of your turn if you have this option toggled on. And I was thinking about if I should have this on by default, but I don't know. I was worried that maybe it's like too in your face if you don't really need it, if you like keep a good track whose turn it is even without it. So yeah, I don't know. But it's an option, so hopefully people will notice it's there and they can just turn it on and off as they choose. But yeah, I think that's actually the most noticeable change I made to the game. I added some stuff to the tutorial and I made some difficulty changes, and maybe one small change I could also show. It's quite small, but it's something that is noticeable. So yeah, I added this kind of like button prompts here at the bottom, so now it's more clear to the player that yeah, you can press space to proceed in the dialogue and then ask to skip it entirely. So yeah. Then I also started commissioning the final translations for the game. So basically all the like recent adjustments and additions I have made to the game, I needed to get translations for those also, so that's now in process. I think there's still 1 or 2 languages I'm waiting for, but yeah, once I have those, then I will add them to the game, and yeah, at that point that's basically like one of the last additions I will make to the game before release, at least hopefully. And yeah, then it's ready to go. Then one thing I spent quite a bit of time on was kind of like revamping the Steam page I had. I updated all the screenshots I have here, and then you might have noticed that on my channel I uploaded 2 new videos. So yeah, I also updated the previous trailer I had with new footage. That was luckily quite fast, just record new stuff, and I used the previous trailer template, so I just added stuff there. I didn't want to create a like whole new trailer. I didn't really see the value in that, just update the previous one. But then one completely new thing I added was this how to play kind of like trailer tutorial thing. So one comment I got from time to time on my devlogs was that people didn't really understand how the game is played. So I thought that might be an issue for the potential players also when they see my Steam page. Like, do they understand what it all means that you see on the screenshots? So I figured maybe this would be a kind of like a nice thing. I kept it very short, under 1 minute, so people won't get bored so easily, but if they're at least a bit interested in the game, I figured they might watch it through and understand better like what is going on and why the game might be interesting for them. So yeah, I hope this will be a nice addition that wasn't a waste of time. I don't think it was. Then that was not all, so I also updated the description section, and here I added this one picture on top that is kind of like in the same vein as the new tutorial trailer. So this is like the most simplified version of how to play the game. So you connect the doors, that's how you play the game. Everything else is kind of like extra on top of that, but I hope this will also kind of like illuminate how the game is played for someone who might not have known about the game before. And then I of course updated these description paragraphs here also. Yeah, some of the text I kept, but most of it's new, and also the GIFs are new, and yeah. This took quite a bit of time to update all of this, and especially so because I did this in 12 different languages. Some of these screenshots are also localized. I didn't want to localize all of them, but I figured I will localize some of them, so if people go through these, they will be able to see that okay, yeah, it really is in my language also, if that is something that is important to them. And then I figured once I have the final translations, I will also quickly localize this tutorial trailer here. So that's basically just replacing the text, so I'm not going to film everything with every language, but yeah, just replace the text. And yeah, as you can see, this all here is localized also, and this image here is also localized, so I had to take 12 different versions of this screenshot. But yeah, one important milestone I also reached was this Steam game build review. So yeah, my game has now passed the Steam build review, and it actually took 2 tries to get through. And the reason why I failed the review was that in my game, at the main menu screen at the bottom, I had this text banner that said "Work in progress," like I will do bug fixes and add features later on. And yeah, they said that okay, if you have that in the game, you will also need to tell that in the Steam page, because the players might get confused otherwise. And yeah, I thought that was a kind of funny thing. Obviously, I removed the text banner after that and sent the game to another review, and then it passed with flying colors. But yeah, that was kind of a funny thing. I obviously didn't mean to keep the work in progress text in the final version, but at least you know they are diligent over there, that they are really checking your game for any possible errors. But no, the review was actually helpful also. There were 2 additional things there that didn't fail the review, but was kind of like caution, you might want to do something about this. And the other one was a very valid notice that I hadn't enabled the Steam cloud saving feature that I have in the game. I had it in some kind of like a testing mode, so yeah, that was a really nice notice. And then they mentioned that I might want to add some like developers recommended bindings for controllers, something like that. I checked out what it was about, but I don't know. It seemed very like laborious to do that, and I didn't really see the point in it really, so I decided to skip that, and luckily it was not mandatory, so yeah. Now my game build is ready for the clicking of the release button. On top of this, I also started preparing for the final marketing push of the game. Basically what I have done so far is just collect all the like relevant materials for a press kit, and then yeah, I started collecting some YouTuber contact details. I was luckily able to utilize some of my old contact list for More to Glory and the DLC, so that helped a bit. And yeah, I just been browsing YouTube for a while now, just collecting details. Oh, and yeah, by the way, now is pretty much your final chance to visit the game before release. Well, maybe not the final chance, but close to it at least. So I'm thinking about releasing it in September, maybe the first half, so yeah, in a month or so, so I still have a bit of time to market the game and things like that. I'm not quite sure if this is the final devlog yet. Maybe not the final, but probably close to the final. Maybe I will do a quick update just on the marketing efforts and things like that. And I was also thinking about doing some kind of like a devlog retrospective, kind of like collect my thoughts about the whole process. Although I'm a bit worried that if I start thinking and talking about it, it will be a long video, and I don't think anyone will be interested in hearing me talk for a half an hour or something like that. So yeah, I don't know, I will try to think about something. It would be nice to talk about the process a bit and go beneath the surface, so to say, about stuff that I didn't show in the devlogs, and yeah. But hey, I think that's pretty much everything I have to say in this video, so yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.